It's my great pleasure to give you a very brief and high-level introduction to the China market. In actually 2015, China stood as the second largest economy in the world, behind the United States, actually who is expected to be surpassed by about 2025 or 2030, based on various views of different economists in the world. And now is thoroughly involved in global trade, logistics, investment, and production streams, serving as a vital link in an increasingly interconnected global supply chain. So as you can see from this chart, sourced from Eurostat, based on the statistics, in 2015, the trade volume between EU and China reached about 520 million euro in 2015. So actually China is now EU's second largest trading partner in goods, also second to United States. And the export from EU to China has reached 170 million euro. It's a 4% growth. And the import from China to EU reached 350 million euro. It's a 16% increase. So we can see that based on this chart, the trading volume between China and the EU shows a trend to up and right, which is very good status so far. Next slide. In this slide, we will see that China has actually entered into a new round of high-level opening up. We've summarized 5 major initiatives. I think most of them are national initiatives China is implementing. First of all, the implementation of free trade zone strategy. I will elaborate on this in the next slide. You can see that the pace of implementation of free trade zone has been accelerated. So far now in China, in mainland China, actually, there are totally 11 free trade zones established or need to be established very soon. You know, this initiative was led by Shanghai. The first truly, free trade zone was established in Shanghai in 2013. Followed by Guangdong province, Fujian province, and Tianjin. Most of them are quite developed areas or municipalities. And in 2016, the central government also decided that we will have another 7 free trade zone pilot areas in Liaoning, Zhejiang, Henan, etc. And I think most of them are so-called strategically important areas in China. This is a free trade zone. And the second very important national strategy is One Belt, One Road. So in China, you can see that if China do this while exporting its growth model to its partner countries, this initiative should be considered as a great success. So One Belt, One Road program, I believe most of you have heard of this. And from companies' perspective, the government encourages our domestic company to go out. So this so-called go out policy will be further implemented in the years to come. Especially the government encourages our domestic company to be involved in those overseas infrastructure, projects. The fourth highlight is our foreign investment. Okay, in 2015, China updated its foreign investment catalog to reduce originally restricted items or categories by nearly half. Because as most of you may be aware of, China is still a foreign investment regulated country. We cannot say it's a restricted country anymore, but it's still regulated. In other words, for most of the foreign investment projects, we do need to check whether it's on the catalog, so-called investment catalog. Catalog is classified by 4 different types: encouraged, allowed, allowed or permitted, restricted or prohibited. So long as it's on encouraged or allowed type, then you can lay back and say it should be fine. But if you find it be classified as a restricted or prohibited items, then it must be a very big trouble if you want to enter into China market. I have to say that. But as you see in 2015, the central government cut the restrictions on foreign investment by half. It's a very big leap forward. And the last but not least point is we further open up our market and encourage the import of advanced technology. We further facilitate the tradings between various countries. So that's the salient parts. Next slide, please. This is a summary of emerging industries. As you can see, that emerging industries are reshaping and redefining China's economy. China's economy is actually rebalancing, we can say, and some of the traditional engines of growth, like industrial output, steel production, etc., have contracted and are being shifted into media, internet technology, clean tech, and healthcare, and some other we call emergent industries. They display a resilient services sectors and buoyant, consumer expenditures in nowadays. This means that part of China's industrial sector, the old economy, are at overcapacity now, while portions of the new service sector economy, for example, internet plus, healthcare, clean tech, etc., have been expanding rapidly. Central government policy, funding, tax incentive, and innovation efforts have consistently emphasized one goal, that is to develop a more advanced and technology-driven economy. So emergent industries such as internet, smart manufacturing, electric vehicles, healthcare, clean tech, they will become the backbone of China's next phase of industrial modernization and the technological development. Last page. This is a summary of China's moving forward as a more investor-friendly market now. 20 years ago, when overseas investors would like to set up your business in China, they will think about various special zones. Because in those special zones, government may very likely offer additional incentives and benefits. So based on this general idea, the first special economic zones in China were introduced in 1980s. Those special economic zones have most of them, or I think all of them, have become a very developed areas or cities in China. But their specialties, have faded out as they now offer relatively fewer benefits because they are developed. So the other special zones, such as free trade zones, emerged over the years as new attractive areas for foreign investment. But free trade zones at that stage, strictly speaking, should be called as bounded logistic areas or bounded logistics parts. In the past 5 years, China has officially making its attempt to launch some truly full-fledged free trade zones, to start with Shanghai and now in Guangdong, Fujian, and a lot of other areas, to make it totally 11 in China. And also you can see that Qianhai, Shenzhen, Hong Kong Modern Service Industrial Cooperation Zone also stand in the center of the spotlight. So in summary, China's market will continue to be open to the overseas investors, and as I just summarized, clean tech industries is a highlight of China's modernization in the next phase. So we welcome your participation to this program, and also I look forward to meeting you all in Shanghai and in China. Thank you.
Besides the website on which you'll find all of the information on the overseas trade fair programs, there is of course our Twitter account, our LinkedIn group, but most importantly I think our email help desk account at which you can ask any question.